jet. We might not be the cover of People, but we are still important. And whether or not everybody knows your name does not lessen the value of your life. So I wanted to make sure that today we lift it up and celebrate the women that God has blessed us with. So I'm going to let my wife kick it off. She might not even know I would call her name, but my wife is going to kick it off. She celebrated her birthday last week. And we thank God for her seeing another year. She's been standing with me and walking with me now for 16 years. I'm going to let her share her story. And then we're going to call somebody else. So whoever so will, y'all, there's going to be a couple out there. You looking at me like, I know he'll call me. Yes, you might as well go ahead and get it together. All right, so come on down there and share with us a part of your history. This is Women's History Month, and we celebrate our people on purpose.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Okay, if anybody has read the Zion Hill Connect, you all know that my favorite passage of scripture is, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And so many times in my life, well, let me go back to the beginning. I was raised by my grandmother, and I always questioned that because I had 3 other siblings. I am the oldest. And I always questioned, like, when I went through trials and tribulations in my life, I always questioned, like, why me, God? And, as I was taught as a child, we are not supposed to question God. But as I became an adult, I have learned that it's okay to question God, because sometimes we go through things that we just don't understand. And if anybody knows me, all the pieces has to fit together for me, and it all has to make sense for me to agree to it or for me to actually go along with it. So I had to start thinking back on my life, and I'm like, okay, I went through this tragedy, I went through that tragedy, and I said, okay, God, I need you to tell me why all of this is happening to me. So God had to just break me down to the lowest form, and he said to me, why not you? He said, they nailed me to the cross. They talked about me, they scorned me. So why not you? So I thought about it again. And then I came up with the realization that, God was shaping me and molding me for a time such as this.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, we have to go through things so God can get us where he needs us to be. So God can strengthen us. So God can just know that we're ready for him to promote us to the next step. So even when my husband, he told me, he said, I think I've been called. And I said, okay. And I said, okay, God called you, he ain't called me. So then again, I struggled with that thing because I was like, I don't want to be a first lady. I don't want nobody looking up to me. I don't want to have to live up to nobody's standards. And then again, God broke me down. And he said, okay, Donna, you got this thing all twisted because you're thinking this is about you. This ain't about you. I just used you as a vessel to heal somebody else, to strengthen somebody else, to show somebody else that I am God.
Well,
so I just thank God for all my trials, all my tribulations. I thank God for this walk of First Lady because, God really had to strengthen me for this walk.
Wow.
Because everybody can't do this. Because, it may look good to some people, but behind the scenes, it takes some strength and some prayer. Because church folks, let me tell you, church folks will make you want to lay hands.
Yeah.
Because there's been many a days that I just want to lay hands. But, God had to tell me, it ain't about you. Get yourself together. So, that's my story.
That sounds like an initial sermon somewhere along the way. Listen, we gonna call. I think that feel good. Didn't it feel good to hear somebody's story? I might not be able to preach today. I'm good. Let's go. All right, come on, Sister Allison. She need all. We'll call her now. Come on, Sister Allison. I want to hear your history. Come on, share with us your story, because we know you got some. I'm giving Chantel a few more minutes to get her breath together, because we know we celebrate. I'm gonna take some. Yeah, somebody gonna take a picture of you today. That's all right. Come on, Shay. You can stand behind the. Listen, this your initial too.
Praise the Lord, everybody. No, I had no idea he was going to call on me. However, the Bible says, be you also ready. Amen. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Allison. I grew up in the church. My father was pastor. My mother was a minister of music. And you know, those of us who sat on that front row in church all our lives, we are some of the worst ones out there. Amen. Come on, y'all got to be real with me. However, it wasn't until I got older that I began to understand my own relationship with God. For those of you who've been around for the last year, I've been taking care of my mother who has Alzheimer's. We had put her in the hospital. She eventually went to the nursing home. While we were in that process, my neighbor's house caught fire. The oxygen tanks on his porch blew up and burned my house down. So we have been rebuilding for the last year. And they told us in December, y'all be ready to move back home. I still have no roof, I have no windows in December. I'm like, okay, God, I'm gonna be patient, I'm gonna wait on you because you have kept us through this last year. It's now April, we still haven't moved back home. They're saying May, and that's okay. Because God is still keeping me. He's still keeping my son. He's still keeping my mother. He's still keeping Zion Hill. And I'm just grateful that I have been able to hear what he has to say to me in those midnight hours when I'm home crying by myself. Because I don't know how I'm going to do this. And he continues to tell me, you don't have to do anything. I got this. He continues to tell me that I'm going to meet every one of your needs, and he does. It seems like every time I spend a check, another one comes in. Now, I don't get to keep it because I got to pay them bills, but it comes in, and he continues to provide, and I'm grateful for him for that. But I just want to encourage you all this afternoon, this evening, this morning, sometime of day, to hold on. There's a song that says, after you've done all you can, you just stand. And if you can't stand, you kneel in prayer and you ask God to come through, because he does, and he always will. And I'm just grateful for being in this house with this support, with this covering, that if I had tried to do this on my own, even outside of God, I probably would have failed. I would have failed. I fail every day, but I thank God that we are continually being equipped to walk this walk. It is not easy. It's not an easy journey to walk in this world the way it is now, especially as a single mother, as a black woman raising a black child. That in and of itself has its own challenges. But again, God continues to provide. He brings people into our lives to pour into my son, to pour into me, to pour into my mom. And every day I wake up with a brand new sense of being able to live. Because there was a time I didn't want to. I'm going to be honest. I couldn't handle it. It was too much. I was sad. I was depressed. I was down. And then something just clicked in one of those night times where I'm just like, do I have to get up tomorrow? Do I have to? What's the sense of getting up tomorrow? And God said, I've got something for you. And I sat back and I said, all right, it wasn't easy, but I'm going to trust you. And just this week, being at the hospital with all my staff people, my students, the student had an 8-minute grand mal seizure. If you've ever seen one of those, it damages your brain. And after 5 minutes, the oxygen is cut off. And 8 minutes, and I had to go into the ambulance with that young lady. And I sat there going, what in the world am I supposed to do? And God said, I put you here for a reason. And I began to pray. I prayed for her. I prayed for her parents, the paramedics, the doctors. And that's not an arrogant thing at all. That is me accepting the gift and the calling that God has given to me, and how much I appreciate that he had trusted me with that. So I'm going to challenge you that as you sit in your alone time and you hear God's voice, don't listen to answer, listen to act. Amen.
Wow. That's Minister Allison. And Minister Donetta, we are wonderful. Thank you so much, ladies. Come on, Sister Chantel. Listen, she has been nervous since yesterday when we talked about this. Come on, Sister Chantel. Come on, Kevin. Come on. She's a big girl. Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yes, I don't really know what to talk about, although I have been encouraged from my husband, I guess, because maybe I just don't look at myself as somebody to be having a big story, but he reminded me of a couple of incidents that have occurred, and as you read this morning about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego walking in a storm. Well, about 5 years ago, I was living life good. I mean, I went to church every day, every Sunday, and did everything that I'm supposed to be doing in my perfect little life. And I bought a house, and then a year later, just almost exactly a year later, about a year later, I lost my job 4 days before Christmas. So, in the middle of losing my job 4 days before Christmas, me and my husband, we were planning on having a 10-year anniversary wedding, and I had paid off the wedding. Matter of fact, I believe Kevin don't know this, but I believe most of the money that I had saved up, I believe for the wedding. Like, I'm just, forget it. We going all out. Do all the money for the wedding. I had paid that off before Christmas. Everything was paid off before Christmas, but now I lost my job. I didn't get anything for Christmas yet. Didn't have nothing. Now here the wedding comes in January. We did the wedding. The wedding was good. Everything went on in the wedding too, but I ain't gonna elaborate on that. Then here we come a couple of months later after I lost my job. I'm still trying to look for other jobs. I'm usually a person who's on top of everything in my life, have everything together. The bills are paid way ahead of time. Everything's going good. Then here I'm in between looking for jobs. Don't have a job yet. Now my husband gets sick. He's out of work for about, a month? Almost a month. When you got him into the hospital for your illness, he got sick, and I'm like, Lord, what are you doing? What in the world is going on? Like, I felt like I was just in the wind, like, can I stand still? I need some peace, because I just couldn't stand still. I didn't know what to do, and I was like shivering, like, he didn't know this, but I was like crying at night, like, what am I going to do? I don't know how to take care of my family. I don't know what to do. I don't have a job. I don't have a steady job. I was in between jobs. The Lord did bless me with a job. Amen. But I was going from piece to piece. I'm like, I was working weekends. I wasn't used to working weekends. I felt like I was above all this. And I was working nights, weekends, overnight, like, oh, come on, I'm just so unsteady right now. But I didn't let anybody know or whatever. And I just kept on pressing forward, kept on going. And so then I tried to go to social services to get assistance, and I go there, apply. The first thing they do, I try to get food stamps. They lose my case. Now I done waited 60 days. They done lost my case. I'm like, what's going on? I called the caseworker. What's going on with my case? What case? What's your name? They don't have no information. But mind you, through all of that, I ain't skinny yet. I never stopped eating. We had food. We had dinner every night. Right. Everything was still going on. So then I tried to get help for my mortgage. Like, all right, now, what we going to do next month? Because now all of our other little money is gone. We still got to pay the mortgage. So I tried to go get help through social services again for mortgage assistance, all the little programs. And everybody, I called 3 different people. And everybody said the same thing. Well, are you in foreclosure? You have to be in foreclosure to get assistance. And I was like, no. I'm thinking, like, no, I ain't in foreclosure. I'm trying not to get in foreclosure. Right. I'm not in foreclosure. Mind you, that opened my mind because, and then I tried to get gas and electric assistance. They cut me off. They lost that case too. Then they sent me a letter and said that it was denied. What is it denied for? I don't have no income. We only own 1 income. I got 2 kids and it wasn't working. But all of this opened my mind to say, And to see, I wasn't in default on no bills. I wasn't hungry. We had our food, we had our house, we had gas and electric.
Right.
My husband kept on saying, "Don't worry," because he had returned back to work. He luckily was able to get his disability insurance, so it was all good. Everything was still in place. Everything and then it didn't even dawn on me because I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, I need to get my stuff together. That's what I'm constantly thinking. But all the while, everything was still in place. Everything. And I knew I was going through a storm. That's what I thought. But everything, and I never ceased, I never hated, never got mad at God, never just kept on doing what I had to do. And now I'm in a better place. I'm in a stable job. Been there for 2 years, and I'm enjoying it. I enjoy my job. Like I don't even hate getting up in the morning. That's a good thing. I don't hate getting up. I like to celebrate my kids. I'm a school bus driver, and I love my kids. And my kids just seem like they're angels. I don't like people come back with horror stories. I'm like, really? Yeah, I don't have all that. Right. I walk out, people ask like, what are you so happy for? You're smiling at the end of the day. I'm smiling at the end of the day. I love it. I mean, I've been blessed to have a job that I enjoy. And then when I got the job, they gave me experience pay and everything, so it was good. I was like, okay, we can do this. Amen. My husband was bringing all this up to me yesterday and saying, Chantal, you done been through some stuff. We didn't made it through. You're a good person. You're very creative. And then I started doing little artistry stuff when I was off of work and just finding stuff to have peace, to keep my peace rather. Right. And I didn't even realize that's how naive I was that the Lord was keeping me through everything. Everything. So when you think something is bad, is not as bad as the next person, and God will keep you strong if you hold on and you know where your help comes from. Everything's gonna be all right.
Amen.
Listen, I think this is really, really good, y'all. Please forgive. I didn't think we were going to do as many, but I want to call somebody else. Is that all right? Mommy, I'm going to come to you, but I want to get a visitor. So there might be a young lady or somebody who came in that just was not expecting to share your history, but maybe you have the heart to share it this morning. Now, I know two names. I don't want to call their names, but somebody might volunteer. It doesn't, listen. Would anybody like to share your
talk
history?
about you.
How are you?
Good morning, church.
Good morning.
So I'm at Reverend Doug because he was the pianist at Silas First Baptist Church when my family attends. And we built a relationship. He is very nice. He's very humble and honest. He's down to earth. I was shot in 2014 while at a cookout. And got 3 bullets, my leg, my hip, and my breast, the entry exit in and out of my right breast. And I could not walk for a long time. They told me that I would never walk again. I would never drive.
My God.
I would never be healed again. And I had just graduated with my bachelor's degree from University of Baltimore in pre-law. So I was so discouraged about going back to college. I wanted to become a lawyer. I was so discouraged because I felt like I was profiled because I was an African-American female in Baltimore City at a cookout that turned bad. But through the grace of God, through prayer, through patience, rehabilitation, a lot of doctor's visits, and the support of family, from my dad to my mom to my grandparents, my uncles and cousins and friends and homegirls, they came and checked on me and prayed for me and seen me and took me to doctor's appointments. I'm here today by the grace of God, about to graduate with my master's degree in conflict management from the University of Baltimore. I was also told I would never be able to have children because one of the bullets ricocheted into the female parts. But I was blessed to have a beautiful, healthy baby girl, October 8th of 2017, by the name of Bella Lynette Williams. And we are here today, and I'm very grateful that I have a big support system, and everybody is here to make sure Bella is good and that she's blessed, and we give her back to God, because we know this world can be so cruel and so mean, and there's so many things on the outside that's hindering us from being great, but we're going to be great anyway, because God is good.
Amen.
Yeah.
She done grabbed her tissue already.
Come on, mommy.
All right. One more.
For everybody that doesn't know, this is my son. He is one of 5. And we are very proud of him, but not him. Life. If it had not been for the Lord on your side,
Yes.
where would you be?
Yes.
I never thought that I would live through the death of such precious people to me. And I know you've been through it too. But I also thank God that I've been elevated to places that I never thought I would ever be, or would ever be entitled to be in a place of such magnitude for some things. So I just thank and praise God just for standing here.
Amen.
I remember that little boy fighting with his brother. I never thought he'd be a pastor,
Well,
as far as his father was a pastor. He was our rock. My mother was my rock. My mother was dead 16 years this past Friday, so I stayed in bed all day Saturday. It's amazing what God can do.
yes.
It's amazing.
Yes.
The 6 years that my husband and I pastored over on Ricestown Road, we went back and forth from D.C. for 6 years. Not one accident.
Praise the Lord.
Not one time where we stopped by the police. Not one time where we profiled for any reason. Not one time was anyone sick. I thank God for little things like that. I thank God that my father is 90 years old, April 29th. 90 years old. I thank God for this church, because I knew when I met my grandmother in heaven, I'd have to have a Baptist relationship. Because my husband and I were United Methodists for the 47 years that he pastored. But I just want to know that, I want you to know that the trials and tribulations don't come without a purpose.
Right.
They have a lesson in everything, from the man that cuts you off in traffic, slows you down, makes you miss that accident that you would have hit
Well,
in the next block. I know that God has a purpose, because when you walk through the store and you see, I sure would like to buy that. And then you remember, there's something else this money is earmarked for. But then you reach in your pocket and you pull out a $20 bill
Right.
you forgot your hat.
yeah.
That's a blessing. When you step out of your car and you see a quarter on the ground, that's a blessing. It might be 25 cents, but you get 4 or 5 of them. We got something going on there. We get a bag of potato chips. But the blessing is that it is no secret what God can do.
That's right.
What he's done for others, he'll do for you.
Yes.
With his arms wide open, he'll
Yes.
comfort you. So there is
Yes.
no secret what God
Hallelujah.
can do.
Hallelujah.
I think the fellas gonna have to do this, and I think the fellas gonna have to do this in June. This was really good. I'm glad God gave me the vision to celebrate the Women History Month this way. Can we put our fellas? Can we put our hands together and bless God for these ladies who are here with us today? Every woman in this room has a history. Now, ladies, you ought to clap for each other, because we're not haters on each other. We want to encourage each and every one of you to continue on making history, impacting the lives of your children, of your friends, of your family, and those that you are connected to.